Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your love reading for January 2017. We are working with two decks again, so let's go ahead and begin. I've already shuffled the decks. This is going to be for confirmation, so we will get to that in a minute. But first, let's get 9 cards for you from this deck. And if you enjoy watching love readings, make sure to watch my general love readings posted every Wednesday. Okay, so this is the love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for January 2017. Your first card is the Six of Cups. Love reading for Sagittarius, January 2017. The Star. Sagittarius, January 2017. The Ace of Wands. Love reading for Sagittarius, January 2017. Princess of Swords. Sagittarius, January 2017. The Five of Wands. Three of Swords. Love reading for Sagittarius, January 2017. Seven of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. And the Emperor. And the card at the bottom of the deck is going to represent the main energy around your love life for the month of January. And you have the Three of Pentacles. So to me, this is a card of effort, and this means that you would be very devoted and dedicated to your love life. So for those of you who are single, this means that you're doing everything possible to meet a romantic partner. For those who are already coupled, I see you doing whatever you can to make your relationship work. Okay, so interesting that you start off the reading with this energy from the Six of Cups. So this is an energy of the past, people from the past, emotions from the past. So I feel that it's the first card. I feel like you might be coming into the month thinking about someone from the past who might resurface. Now, I feel like for some of you, if someone is coming back from the past, I feel like you have been expecting this. And in fact, you are welcoming it. You have the Star. So if you've been hoping to reconnect with someone from the past, the energy is there for that to happen. The Star also represents not only your wishes being granted, but it represents guidance, divine guidance, angels, your spirit guides. And for some of you, there could be someone from the past coming back into your life where you have been hoping to hear from this person. And for some others, there is guidance, someone is kind of being guided back to you, someone who maybe has left your life. For others, it could just be that emotions from the past are coming to the surface in January for you to heal. And I feel with the Star being here, for those of you that you're dealing with past emotions, maybe not people from the past, there's a lot of guidance on what you can do to move on, because you do have the Ace of Wands here. So this is a new beginning. And to me, the Ace of Wands represents not just a new beginning, a new start. This is a new life. So interesting that we have the past and the Six of Cups over here, and then a reference to a new beginning. And for some of you, yes, the energy is there for someone from the past to come back into your life, and for your wishes to be granted, because the Star is there. That represents your hopes and wishes. And it's a major arcana, so this is something that's very important to you. The energy is there for you to have a fresh start with this person, a clean slate. This could also represent you moving to a different location, maybe to be with this person, or they're moving to be with you. This could even represent the birth of a child. So just looking at these energies here, I feel like the past is important for you in the month of January. You're either dealing with someone from the past coming back into your life. You also may be contacting people from the past, and this is something where you're just very guided to with the Star energy. They just, you feel pulled in that direction. And there's an energy there of a new beginning and a fresh start. Some of you may be giving someone from the past a second chance. Remember that the main energy is the Three of Pentacles. So if you're giving someone a second chance, this means that there's going to have to be a lot of hard work to make this happen. Okay, so the next card that you have, Sagittarius, is the Princess of Swords. So to me, this is a card of honesty and truth. And I especially feel that this is important for those of you where you have someone, maybe you've just taken back someone from the past. I mean, look at the cards that you have here. Now you have the Princess of Swords, the Five of Wands. This represents misunderstandings. This could represent pettiness, arguments, conflict. And then there's this energy here of sadness, possible, sadness, but also this is also an energy of misunderstandings and breakups or divorces. And it could be that someone from the past has popped up in your life again, and this is exactly maybe what you have been wanting. There's a new beginning for you. But this energy here, these three cards are telling you that you have to deal with some issues from the past. First is being honest with each other. So I feel like here someone is kind of opening up to the other person. And this does not have to be all about the past. For some of you, it's just a time where you have to be honest with your partner. Maybe there is no one from the past. For some of you, there has been a lot of conflict with your partner, a lot of misunderstandings where you're not getting along. This is a card of kind of challenging each other and competition, maybe kind of tearing each other down, which is, it's bringing somebody down in this relationship. So if there is no one from the past coming back into your life, this tells me that everything is not well, that there is fighting, that someone is really hurt, maybe over this fighting and arguments. There could even be a separation. But January is a time where you have to be completely honest about the way that you're feeling. This is a card of honesty. This also is a card of communication. So I feel like you have to talk about your feelings, because I feel like for some of you, yes, this is about the past, and maybe you're having to bring up issues from the past, why you broke up, the conflict that was there. But for those who are already coupled, I feel like you have to talk about something that's been bothering you, maybe even something that's threatening your relationship, where you feel like you might need some space, or maybe your partner's the one asking you for some space. There's a need for you to be honest and maybe, stop this bickering that I see from the Five of Wands, this arguing back and forth. I feel like if the energy is there, if you see your relationship where you don't get along, I feel like this has to stop in the month of January, because this energy of the Three of Swords, which could represent a breakup, is there. There's a need to be honest. Not only that, but then you have the Seven of Wands. So again, this is a card saying that you're not going to be anybody's doormat. This means that you have to be really self-confident, and you have to speak your mind and stand your ground. And usually when this card comes up, somebody's trying to pull one on you. Someone's trying to intimidate you, and I feel like you have to stand up to your romantic partner. For some of you, I'm going to go back to that message from the past. It could be that somebody from the past, broke up with you, and now they're back. And yes, you have been wanting this to happen. There's an opportunity for a new beginning, but you don't want to forget what happened here, whatever it is that caused the breakup. This just means that you have to speak your mind. And what you're speaking about is that you were hurt, and you want to know what really happened. This is not being afraid to speak your mind and not allow other people to kind of cross the line with you. For some of you, this is about the past, but this could also be, for those who are coupled, where you're having problems in a relationship, where somebody is really kind of crossing the line. There's a lot of arguments and bickering back and forth, bordering on a breakup. It's time for someone to be really brave and be honest. And I see somebody here really reflecting on this. You have the Seven of Pentacles next to the Seven of Wands. This is looking at a relationship really carefully. So I feel like for some of you, not everyone, for those where you feel like the relationship has gotten to this place where there is so much fighting and bickering, and maybe you've contemplated moving in a different direction, I feel like you will still be thinking about that. You will be weighing the pros and cons of maybe moving in a different direction. Not everyone. I feel like you also have to look at your relationship very objectively. You have to weigh the pros and cons. For those who are single, I feel like there could be a relationship that comes into your life, and it could be someone from the past, where you have to not only think, do I want to take them back, but you have to think about what happened in the past. Here, there's just a lot of contemplating. There's a lot of thinking that has to be done. You have to weigh the pros and cons of what's going to happen in a relationship with this person. And again, it's next to the Seven of Wands, which means that not only do you have a lot of thinking to do, but you have to speak your mind and stand your ground. You can't let someone just come back into your life and kind of forget why you broke up in the first place. You also have the Emperor. So, I mean, especially with something like the Seven of Wands here, and then the Five of Wands and the Three of Swords, I feel like for a lot of you, this is your personal power. Because the Emperor represents being in control of your life. It represents seeing yourself as an authority figure, seeing yourself as powerful. So I feel like that is needed in the month of January. You have to see yourself as powerful, especially with the energies that I see here. And again, for those who are, where you have issues from the past that are affecting your relationship, you have to be brave in bringing up these issues and being completely honest. Don't be afraid of losing your partner. You have to stay in your power. For some of you, those who are completely single, where there is no one in your life, the Emperor could represent someone coming in. This could be someone who is older than you. This could also represent someone who's very well off financially, someone who's very stable and grounded. And it could be that there's a lot of thinking that you have to do about this person. This could be someone who's outside your comfort zone, someone who's very different from your usual type. Seeing it next to the Seven of Pentacles tells me that you have a lot of thinking to do about this energy if this is a person coming into your life. Okay, so let me get some more cards from this deck here to see what additional confirmation there is for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of January? You have the Fool. Additional messages for the sign of Sagittarius for January. The Two of Wands. And the High Priestess. Okay. So interesting. Look at what is going on right here. You already had the Ace of Wands, which I mentioned, that's a new beginning. It's a clean slate, a fresh start. And then I pulled the Fool, which is the ultimate card of new beginnings. This has taken a giant leap of faith. And I get a strong message that for a lot of you, this has something to do with issues from the past. Either somebody from the past pops back into your life, and you're going to have to take a gamble as far as letting this person back into your life. There could be reasons why you don't trust them. And this could be because there was a lot of conflict in the relationship. Maybe this is a card of competition. There could have been another person involved. They broke up with you possibly, or you were really hurt. This just means you have to take a giant leap of faith. A new beginning is available to you in the month of January, but it's something where it's not exactly safe. So I kind of feel like for some of you, it's someone from the past, or some of you are making a decision, like, should I stay with this partner? There's a lot of conflict, and obviously somebody needs to speak their mind. But I feel like the message for the majority of you is that you have to just follow your heart and your intuition and take a risk, maybe in keeping someone in your life. Now, interesting down here, you have the Two of Wands, and then you have the High Priestess, and both are a number 2. To me, the 2s represent choices, so I definitely feel like you're going to be making choices in the month of January. You're either going to be choosing to keep a relationship going where things have been troubled. You're either going to be making a decision to allow someone back in from the past, or to be in a new relationship with someone who's maybe different from your usual type. And I feel like you have to choose. You have the Two of Wands. To me, this is an energy of waiting, a waiting period. So I feel like it's up to you. It's up to you as far as how your love life kind of moves along. Now, when I said that, I feel like for those who are single, and again, there is no one in the picture, it could be that emotions from the past could be preventing you from bringing that special person into your life. You could be focusing too much on someone who is no longer there, and that is creating a delay in your love life. But for others, it's just like you have to make a decision. You're either choosing to allow someone into your life again from the past, or you're choosing to continue a relationship. I feel like things could be on hold until somebody decides with this energy. You do have guidance here. You have the High Priestess. So this is your intuition. This is signs, synchronicity. So I feel like you won't be making a blind decision regardless of what your situation is. There will be a lot of guidance, and you will feel really drawn to whoever it is that you're meant to be in a relationship with. Okay, so let me get some more cards from this deck. What additional guidance is there for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of January 2017? You have the Ace of Wands again. Additional guidance for the sign of Sagittarius, January 2017. Temperance. And the Eight of Cups. At the bottom of this deck, you have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords could mean that you feel really conflicted. And for some of you, this may have something to do with decisions that you have to make in the month of January. This is a card of feeling blocked and feeling like there's no way out of this situation. And I feel because it's the suit of air, and you already have this really kind of challenging card from the Three of Swords. Not only that, but you have the Page of Swords, that for some of you, you're feeling really mentally conflicted about a choice that you have to make in your life. But you might also, be feeling kind of trapped within a situation. And it could be a relationship that's troubled where you have to make a decision or there will be a delay in moving forward. Okay, so you have, interesting that I pulled the Ace of Wands for you from this deck. And remember that you already have that message here. So this is a double message for you. So whenever I see a repeating card, I feel like this is the most important message for you in this entire reading. And this would be that the month of January is a time of new beginnings, a clean slate. You have the ability to completely remake, is that the right word? Remake your love life into whatever you want it to be. Not only your love life, but also you. So you could begin to attract completely different people. Perhaps, this energy from the Emperor, people who are maybe older than you or in a different place financially. This just means a clean slate, but it could also be a clean slate with a current relationship where you're choosing to heal and leave the past in the past. That makes sense with Temperance here, because Temperance is a card of forgiveness and compassion. So for those of you where you're dealing with a relationship that's really troubled, or maybe you're on the verge of a breakup, but you don't want this to happen, and there's been a lot of bickering and fighting, and somebody needs to stand up for themselves. This is telling you to stay low-key. You're still being told to be honest and speak up for yourself, but this just means you have to be very forgiving and very compassionate. You also have the Eight of Cups. So for some of you, maybe not everyone, this is a card of moving on, of choosing to look for happiness elsewhere. But it's also a card of leaving certain emotions in the past and deciding to turn your back on whatever is making you unhappy. And remember that you do have, they're kind of similar even in the depiction of the cards, where we just kind of see the back of the person. So I feel like some of you are turning your back on things that are, kind of tearing your relationship apart, arguments and issues from the past. You're choosing to heal and move on as a couple. This is this is your first card, so I feel like in some way the past is important. People from the past, emotional baggage from the past, things that have to be let go in order for you to move on and find your happiness elsewhere. And again, with this repeating card being, the Ace of Wands, it's telling you that in the month of January, the energy is there for you to have a completely clean slate for you to work with. For those who are single, it could be someone completely different than your usual type. For those who are already coupled, there could be a second chance with an existing partner. Okay, Sagittarius, this has been your love reading for January 2017. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.